Hi, in this video we're going to go through how to understand the guide functionality on the freeTVee setup. First, let's start with all the different ways you can access the guide. You can go over to DVR along the top, you can come down to the bottom of the page and you can see Channel Guide. Or you can, from the home screen, go down until you see the On Now row. That's what's coming in off the antenna. You can access the guide there as well. You can also access the guide through voice command. Hold down the microphone and say Channel Guide, and your channel guide will come up. Right now, the channel guide is set only to our antenna channels. Here we can see all our antenna channels. We can see our favorites with the heart off to the left. We'll scroll to the bottom, and those are all the antenna channels that come in at my particular location. Some homes may get a few more channels, some homes may get a few less over the antenna. So now we're just scrolling through the guide, we're looking, we'll return to the home screen, we'll go over to the DVR, we'll click on Channel Guide. It's the same guide no matter where you go. Now, one of the most interesting things about the Amazon Fire TV Recast and the setup with the Fire Sticks is that you can decide to show all channels. Now, what this does is it gives you your antenna channels, and it also incorporates some of the channels you can get streaming online. In this case, we can go between the Fire TV Recast and Pluto TV, which is an app that we have installed that provides free streaming. In the guide, I can see Florence Foster Jenkins. I can go ahead and click on that. And now I can start watching this very, very funny movie with Meryl Streep. Now, what I'm going to show you next is how you access that exact same show from that exact same app provider through the app itself. We're going over to the Pluto app, we're selecting it, and we're going to go into the Pluto app. You see this has its own guide, this has its own way of accessing content. You can access content through the app, and some apps like Pluto will also feed the guide, their particular guide information into the Amazon guide. Here we are, we've clicked on Florence Foster Jenkins inside the app, and we're watching this really funny movie. Now we've returned to the home screen. We can see the Pluto app. We're going to go down and we're going to access the guide right here. Now, one of the most confusing parts of what is happening in the guide is you can set recordings for your antenna through the guide. You can go and find a show and you can say, I want to record it through the guide. We'll go out here. We're going to take a look at Jeopardy, which I'm recording when it's a new episode. You can see all my recordings on the very bottom there. But I'm going to go back and record something new. Let's go over and record MasterChef. We can record this series. We're going to record it on Fox 31 only. So now this recording is all set up for us. But here's the confusing part. If you go down to the Pluto fed channels, you cannot record from the guide because Pluto doesn't allow for recording. It is just a continuous stream. So when we go and try to record, whenever we select on the channel, it will just take us to the channel to whatever's on live right now. So that can be a little confusing, but once you get used to it, you will understand where to navigate through the guide and through the various apps that are provided. Now, one tough thing is that Sling, where I get HGTV and ESPN and CNN and the History Channel, it does not populate in the guide, so you have to go into the Sling app. That's why we encourage you to learn to navigate through apps, and then once you figure that out and get some practice with that, then you can start using the guide more effectively.